In this video, I will be speaking to family members and loved ones of those who have joined Ria's program to seek support for alcohol use disorder. At Ria, we understand how difficult it can be to have a loved one who's struggling with alcohol dependence. The decisions that your loved one makes around alcohol use are often complex and include psychological, biological, and social factors. We know that it can be hard to understand their behaviors, and that this process can feel frustrating, confusing, and even hopeless for everyone involved. We want you to know that at Ria, we recognize that not all addictions are the same and therefore should not be treated the same. This is why our team of addiction specialists meet our members where they are and tailor the treatment to the individual's unique challenges and goals. Ria's approach to treating alcohol addiction is also evidence-based, meaning we use tools and protocols that have been scientifically proven effective to help with drink reduction. This includes FDA-approved medication therapy, one-on-one coaching, digital tools to measure and monitor progress, and peer group support. We employ a harm reduction approach for most members, which means they may continue to drink while they're in treatment. We find this to be a more accessible, approachable, and effective method for many people who are challenged by alcohol misuse. Through regular check-ins with the coach and medical team, as well as daily monitoring with the breathalyzer, we can more effectively help our members reduce their alcohol consumption over time. For others in our program, abstinence may be the best option, and this is determined by the member and their care team. In this case, medications may be still used as part of the treatment, and members will still meet regularly with their coach and physician, use the breathalyzer daily, and have access to the online group support. It's important to remember that with any behavioral change, the individual's motivation and commitment to change are both factors in their progress and success. This journey can often be a series of ups and downs, where motivation is greater on some days and lesser on others. However, this is a normal part of the process and illustrates why behavioral change takes time, perseverance, and commitment. There might be times during this recovery journey that you'll want to make some decisions for your loved ones rather than allowing them to make decisions for themselves. While this might be helpful in some circumstances, it's important to remember that if a person does not feel empowered to make their own decisions, it can actually hinder their progress in the long run and prevent them from taking ownership over their actions and behaviors. Sometimes the best way to contribute to meaningful change is to focus on the things that are within your control, like your own responses, behaviors, and actions. By doing this, it can allow you to serve as a role model for the behaviors you want to see. It can also give you a chance to educate yourself more on the recovery progress and to have your own plan that focuses on your well-being so that you're more physically, mentally, and emotionally equipped if things don't go as expected. There are 3 things we want you to remember as a loved one on someone in the Ria program. First, you can and should stay involved in the recovery process with your loved one. Ria's app offers the Inner Circle. This is where members can invite their loved ones to be part of their recovery journey. Second, know that you have the power to influence your loved one in a positive way that supports change. We know that you've likely had many conversations with your loved one about their behaviors, and perhaps times when you started with all the best intentions, but the conversation turned into the wrong direction and became unhelpful and destructive. Positive involvement can include noticing, acknowledging, and rewarding your loved one when their behavior is going in a positive, forward-focused direction, even with the smallest changes. This style of communication can help reflect back to your loved one that they're on the right path. Conversely, if your loved one is behaving in a way that does not support their recovery, you can encourage them to make more positive decisions and help them better understand the factors that may have caused the slip-up, while still supporting them in a loving manner. Open-ended questions can be a very helpful way to communicate with compassion and help avoid confrontation. For example, instead of asking, "Did you drink last night?" you could ask, "How did it go with your drinking last night?" This allows for a dialogue to begin. If your loved one did succeed, this is a chance for you to affirm and encourage that behavior. If they didn't do as well as they planned, it's still an opportunity to have a reflective conversation about what happened, why, and how they can make improvements in their recovery plan. As we mentioned earlier, it's important to remember that, like any behavior change, the recovery process is not always linear and can be filled with ups and downs. The key is to always keep a positive and forward focus, and remember that slip-ups and setbacks may be part of the process and an opportunity to learn. And the third thing we want you to remember is this: please take good care of yourself through this journey. Even though you're not the one in recovery, we know what a toll it can take to love and support someone who is. We believe that self-care should be a priority in your life so that you can feel well enough to help your loved ones through the recovery process. In Ria's Inner Circle area of the app, there are a series of educational materials to help you understand the complexities of alcohol use disorder, including the best treatment for someone going through this, and also some possible steps to focus on your own self-care. We hope that with this information and tools, you will feel more empowered and centered throughout this journey.